Everyone is meant to follow the crowd. Some are born to lead, to guide, to unlock potential. Imagine a world where businesses thrive because of you, where entrepreneurs take their first step with confidence and established brands scale beyond imagination because you showed them the way. Welcome to the world of franchise consulting. A $5 trillion industry is waiting. A booming market where demand for expert consultants is soaring high. India's franchise sector alone is growing at 30% annually. Over 1 million businesses are looking to expand, and they need guides, experts, and consultants like you. Being an independent franchise consultant means more than just a title. It means empowering businesses, helping aspiring entrepreneurs start strong, supporting business owners in scaling up, enabling profitable exits for those ready to move on. With 27 years of Franchise India expertise, a global network of brands and investors, and a program designed for professionals like you, IFC is your gateway to success. This is not just a business, it's a movement, a career, a future. So, ask yourself, are you ready to be the guide, to lead, to grow? Become an independent franchise consultant. Be the guide. Grow with us. Franchise India.
Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Sajid Joy. I'm the business head at Franchise India. Well, it's good to see a nice amount of participation for this webinar. And we'd like to thank each one of you for taking the time to join this special webinar. This is special because some of you are getting the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. And this is also special because this opportunity is coming to you from the House of Franchise India directly. Now, talking about Franchise India, well, we've been in the market for the past 27 years now. And we're operating in 14 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to put things in perspective for your benefit and also to get an understanding of how the Franchise India business model works, I would request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajid. Very good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome you to this special webinar. Today's webinar is another edition of our opportunity which comes from franchise. So it's an invitation from Franchise India to become partner with world's largest franchise distribution company as independent franchise consultant. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business. And independent franchise consultant, which we call as IFC, is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. So give you some understanding how we work and what's our business. Very, very simple. We work with two communities. One side, we are working with investors, and our role with investors is that we as a company are investor-centric, franchise-focused company. Would mean that we are helping investors to select a right opportunity for all these investors who are looking to get into some business. Because in today's time, we have seen around 60% business buyers in today's time are first-time business buyer. And they have no capability, no understanding, no experience of how to select a right opportunity. And we at Franchise India have experience of 27 years now, wherein we help every investor. It can be a 10 lakh rupees investment to 10 CR or 100 CR. So as per their fitment, what is required as per their market, as per their experience, as per their profile, and also as per their investment bracket. We help, we guide, we explore, we evaluate, and then we negotiate, and also we help in terms of right documentation also for them. Other side, we have businesses whom we work with, we help them to scale their business. We help them to build their network through franchise route. So we work businesses to take them into franchise way locally, nationally, and also internationally. And third business which we are in is resale. So if there is any business house or any investor who have taken some franchise earlier, now want to get out of this, want to sell the business, where they will go. There is none outside Franchise India who is having complete capability in these three formats. So Franchise India, we use a byline. Nobody in the world is selling more business than Franchise India, as we have our network in 97 cities in India, and we also are now 15 countries with the same business model, wherein we help local investor to find a right match for each investors. So what we do, we have around 200 events we do in a year. So we go to every city wherein we do a local event and inviting these local investors. And we are also inviting brands. And then what we do, we fix the meetings one-on-one and we help them. We help them. This is the first level information wherein investor is getting. And here onwards, because at this first level information, this first meeting, it's very, very difficult for any investor to choose and invest. So they need a guide, they need a help, they need a support. That's where we come in between and then take this journey forward. So franchising, as I said, we have very, very large network today. Now to take it up further in different cities, to build it further, because today the consumption is going on, franchising is growing, and that's why the need of a consultant today has become more vibrant. So that's what Franchise India is now expanding our business in different cities. So in other words, we are offering our franchise, which is coming from Franchise India House, to become the partner with Franchise India and help local investors, even local businesses also to grow. Because at time we don't have access from the corporate office of any local business which is in small city. And if we have a partner over there, then it becomes very important to take that local business also onto that level, and because they also want to expand. And today's time, there's a lot of exposure to every investor and every business who want to expand in different cities, and both would need somebody in between. They both need a platform. And Franchise India have created this over 27 years now. And now we are looking forward for right-minded people. Right-minded people would mean who have passion to start a consulting as a business, who have a passion in terms of helping investors to get them into business. Because in this, there's a time which we are giving as a consultant. Our product is time, and we are getting ourselves involved into this business while helping these investors, because it takes sometimes a month, 2 months, 5 months also. So consistency is also very important, and then credibility is also very important, because you're local, you have that credibility, you have that honesty and loyalty over there, where an investor who is local can trust you and have someone locally who can help and guide. So as today we see, anything we consume is coming from a franchise company. Anything we consume, right? Everything you start your day, what you consume, milk products to bakery products to kids going to school, anything you consume, or then we use gyms and any pathology lab, any blood testing, anything we consume is coming from a franchise company. So keeping in mind this humongous opportunity, that's where in Franchise India also have understood this opportunity today, and we really wanted to have extended to some new partners who come and join as Franchise India and take this legacy forward. And in that regard, Franchise India, I'll give you some understanding on. We have three companies we work with in India. We are known as Franchise India. Everybody know us because we do a lot of events across, and people know us by Franchise India. So we have second company, which is Fran Global. Now, Fran Global is our international arm of business, and Fran Global is also market entry for global brands. So if there is any brand from India want to go out of India to expand their business through franchising, so there is none outside. So it is only Fran Global from Franchise India House, which would help them. And in this regard, this year also we have already planned to organize 12 events, 12 months in this year. And we have already done Abu Dhabi, we have already done Qatar, wherein we took Indian companies also in these countries, and also global brands also, they want to expand in these countries, and that's all through Fran Global. We are also now going Sri Lanka. That's an opportunity wherein we are taking Indian brands and global brands to Sri Lanka. It is in the month of April, we are organizing an event. And post that, we also have other events which are in different countries also followed by. Third company, which is Francorp. Francorp is a 49-year world's largest consulting company, and it's a USA Chicago base, and in India it's been 19 years for us, and we have taken master license of Francorp, and we provide services to businesses at startup level mid-segment and large corporates as well, to get them into franchise, to help them with right documentation, SOP systems, and then we take them into franchising. So FranCorp, as I said, have also 29 years of experience worldwide. So brands like KFC, Subway, McDonald's, and all these big brands have also consulted by FranCorp. And today I would like to share that we have also 6 fashion brands of Reliance, which we are driving. We have brands from Tata, we have brands from all these corporates, bigger corporates, and all these premium brands, plus startup companies also who now have aspiration to grow in different different cities, and for that we have to get them ready for franchise. That's wherein FranCorp would help these companies to get ready first, and then we have a ready platform which is marketing, and then we also have large network wherein we invite these investors, we bring both together with brands, and we get them deals done. So Franchise India also have a publication house. We are running a media. We have the Franchising World, which is 25-year-old franchise opportunity today magazine, which is only magazine in India. And we also run digital website, which is franchiseindia.com, where more than 18,000 brands, businesses are category-wise also listed with us. And we also run a magazine, which is Retailer and Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a US-based highest selling business magazine in India and Asia. We are distributors and publishers for this Entrepreneur magazine. So thank you so much for joining in once again. And today's webinar, as I said, it's an opportunity to join Franchise India. Now we will discuss what is our role in this, how we do this, what is Franchise India journey, what is franchising look like, how India is ready for franchising for the next 20 years, 30 years, how market is going to look like. And for global brands, how are we working with them and getting in India? And plus, we'll also discuss about the opportunity for today, which is independent franchise consultant opportunity. We'll run a web presentation, give you some understanding about the business model of IFC and how you can become partner with Franchise India, what's the monetization model, how you can grow with, from after joining, what is your second level, third level, and give you complete understanding about your payouts and how it works. Before that, I'll also give you some understanding about today's panelists. And we have our management team on panel, along with we also have our leadership team also on panel, wherein we help locally all our partners who are there in the system, because we are very, very strong support function. And we have leadership team on the panel today. I'll start with, I have got Sajid Joy with me. And Sajid Joy is coming from Bangalore. We have office in Bangalore, and he takes care of Karnataka, and also he takes care of all our international business, international IFC business, and also we have Harsh Banga. Harsh has come from Mumbai, and he is also a very, very experienced person, and he is also taking care of Mumbai as a region, and all our partners who are there are getting support from locally from our office, which is there in Mumbai. We also have joined Vamsi. He has joined us from Hyderabad. And then we have Samando Das, he has joined from Kolkata. We also have with us Shaktivel, and he's our senior leader at Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And we have Sheena, she has joined us from Kerala. And we also have Harmandeep, and Harmandeep has joined us from up north, which is in Chandigarh. So we have office in Chandigarh. So from corporate office, we also have Bharat. Bharat has joined us, and Bharat is our lead for training. And every month we have a new batch in our office, and he welcomes to give them full support in terms of 3 days training. And we also have management team where we can see I have got Mr. Gaurav Maria also joined with us. He is the chairman, Franchise India Group. Along with, we have Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. Also, she is our managing director. And I would request her first to take this webinar further and give us some understanding about her experience in franchising and also Franchise India journey. But before that, I'll just make you understand in this webinar, we want everybody to interact with us. So for interaction with us, please do not raise your hand. Only option is you have to use Q&A box. So we request if you have any question, any query, please put it in the Q&A box. We also will ask you some questions which are very relevant, because we will give you complete understanding about who we are, what we do, what's our company. And we would also look forward to understand who have joined us today in this webinar. And once you are giving us some understanding, it will be very, very easy for us also and comfortably, we can understand from whom it is the right opportunity and who is coming from big city. So please wait till then, and please use Q&A box, as I said. And I would first invite our Managing Director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, to take it over. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, very warm welcome to this webinar today. And like Sanjay said, this is an opportunity to associate as a partner with our company Franchise India, which we operate in India, and also Fran Global, which is operating in about 14 international markets. And like Sanjay said, at Franchise India, we run different companies and businesses under the group. And today, you see, we have the entire leadership on this webinar because partners form a very crucial and a very strategic part of our overall business model and takes a lot of our time share every single day. And so before we get into the offering, and like I heard Sanjay talk about the business, it's very important to understand overall what industry it is, what is the opportunity that we all see in the next, say, 10 to 20 years of time. And second, we also, at your level, you need to evaluate for yourself if this industry is right for you. And third is validation, which is how you as a partner can qualify to become an IFC with Franchise India. So in short, I will just extend to what Sanjay talked about. We are a start your own business specialist. And anyone who wants to start a business is the community opportunity that we all have at hand. And companies looking to expand inorganically, investors who want to start their business from a startup, say a small investment to market, international market entries, and anything between is something we cater to. And given the spread that we have in 90 plus cities, 14 countries, we today are world's largest franchise development and distribution company. I always say anybody who wants to start a business, and this is something I'm sure you all would also be able to relate to. There are only three ways somebody can start a business. One is a startup, which is your own business that you can start and run. And second is a running business, which is resales. You acquire somebody's business and you run and operate, take over that business and operate. And third is franchise business. So between our two companies, Franchise India and Fran Global, we work on the latter two, which is running businesses and franchise. And over the last 27 years, we've also worked with more than, I would say, 10 million investors to help them start a business, more than nearly 18,000 companies, which we have consulted to make them franchise ready, and more than 750 market entries that we have spearheaded in India and also the India subcontinent. So as you see, we have come a long way, but the opportunity that we see is much bigger than what we have achieved in the last 27 years. And amongst our different group companies, there are three broader offerings, and maybe I'll just try to summarize that. And these three offerings are investment, scale, and exit. So investment would mean that we work with investors, business buyers, aspiring entrepreneurs to start a business. So any business opportunity they want to invest in, we advise them and we handhold them through the entire process of buying that business. Second is scale. And this is something which is meant for companies who want to expand their business via franchising, where we consult these companies, make their business model, financials, marketing communications, their SOPs, all that is done by this company. And also we help these companies to expand their distribution of services or product through franchising. And our third business is Exit, which is a company called Business X, which also works with entrepreneur businesses who want to exit their business. So we do evaluation of these businesses, find a strategic buyer for them or a financial buyer for these businesses. So what we have done so far is we've created this ecosystem through all our group companies combined, created this distribution, and also at the same time we created this opportunity to partner in this thriving dynamic industry. I'm happy to also share with all of you this webinar we have been doing for the last more than 4 years now, and our community of IFC partners has become very, very big, and most of the cities in India and also international markets where Franchise India, Fran Global is operating out of, most of these markets are represented by our IFC partners who come with an average of 20 years of experience. And I'll also come down to, and like Sanjay said, we like to know more about you, and we'll also ask you some set of questions that we would like you to answer so that we know who will have come in. Equally, we would like to know your city that you come from, because today we are operating in a lot of locations and markets, but there are some markets where we still have lesser presence or we are under-penetrated. And these markets, we are definitely looking at, bringing some partners on board. So before we move further, I will also request Mr. Maria, who's the chairman of Franchise India and Fran Global, to address all of us. And friends, please make the session interactive. Any questions that you have, please put that in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Sanjay. 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 Thank you, Maria. Thank you,
Thank you, Sonia, and welcome, friends, and welcome to this very, very special webinar called Independent Franchise Consultant. This is a role which we carved out, when the difficult times of COVID really happened, because we felt that only people who are fittest can perform in that times. And surprisingly, this became the most important part of our company now. So we are a 28-year-old company, started with a very simple thought when I started, that we wanted to help entrepreneurs start their new business. And that was a very simple idea, which carved out to the world's largest franchise consulting firm now. So we're very, very proud that we run in 14 countries. We're adding more countries every month. We took a challenge when our Honorable Prime Minister did G20. We thought that we should be also as an organization running in those 20 markets. And we've reached 14, and we feel that we should be in next 12 odd months, the 20 countries which we wish to operate in. But the idea is still very simple and straightforward, that we want to be a company which is actually does three things. So we have a platform which helps investors invest into active business. Please try to understand there are millions and millions of consultants, brokers out there who help you invest into passive opportunities, which means that somebody would be a property broker who would help you in investing into property. Somebody would be a financial broker or financial consultant who would invest into mutual funds, insurance, stock market, another financial products, and so on and so forth. And then there would be many others who would like to invest into other asset class where you're not running the business, you're not active in the business. We are the only company which advises people to invest into active businesses. And you can have two choices. One, you can buy into a running business, which means the business is already running. You take over that business and you run that. And just to give you an estimate, the size of that business is there are 30 million businesses operating in just India alone. Such a large population of businesses. And and you can acquire any of the running businesses. And the second side is that you want to start your new business, which means that you want to buy a franchise. So if you are an entrepreneur who's looking to start a new business or invest into active business or buy into a running business, then we are the only organization which is serving you in 97 cities in India and 14 different countries. We are the only company in Sri Lanka. We are the only company in Bangladesh. We are the only company in Nepal. We are only company in Oman. We are only company in Qatar, Saudi Arabia. There are few consultants in Dubai, but we are the largest consulting firm in Dubai also, and many, many other markets which we run and operate. That's one part of the business. Very powerful idea. And it's not easy for people to just get in there. Right. And I'll explain you how it is very, very difficult for people to get into the shoes where we are, because to aggregate businesses which you can offer to people is not easy. Today, when we speak to you, we have thousands of opportunities which we are offering to our entrepreneurs, or would-be entrepreneurs, people who are coming to us and say, we want to buy a business. We give them a portfolio of over 1,000 opportunities to choose from. They can choose different industry, they can choose different investment kinds, they can choose even the territories they want to operate. They want to be a unit franchise, or they want to buy a complete area or even a country rights through a master franchise. So this is a huge opportunity and will continue to grow in next 3, 4, 5 decades, because the franchising itself is growing at a pace of about 25 to 30% year on year. The second thing which we do is help companies and businesses which have done well to now scale through franchise. Now, this is also very exciting. Why? Because look at India. India has over 250,000 businesses starting every single year, which means the companies get registered. This is ROC data, which is Registrar of Companies data. And some of the businesses do well. And the business, if they do well, they want to scale their business. They have two choices. Either they take debt or equity, because both are very difficult. Say you started a restaurant and you are very successful in your restaurant, and now you want to multiply your restaurant. You want to be a chain. You have one choice. If you want to do it, you need more cash. Either you go to bank and take a loan, or you take equity. And for smaller businesses, becomes sometimes very difficult to do that. Franchising becomes very strategic for them, right? They can still grow and expand their business. This is how McDonald's became McDonald's. This is how Subway became Subway. This is how DPS became DPS. This is how even Amul became Amul, right? So this is how the successful companies have used franchising as a catalyst to take their business to many markets. So that's the second role which we do. So if you become an independent franchise consultant, on one side, you help entrepreneurs choose the right business. Second side, you help businesses scale through franchise. The third part is that if you are an IFC or independent franchise consultant, you also help people to exit their business. I'll explain you a little more. So if you find a business which is either struggling or promoter doesn't want to go ahead, or the promoter doesn't have children who want to run their business, he's aging, and for many other reasons, the partner split, the loss of interest, they're migrating to Canada and they want to sell their business. There are so many businesses, about 20% of all businesses which are existing, for some reason, they want to sell their business, right? And there is no specialist in the market who can help you value your business and find the right buyer. Now, why we are more excited about this part? Because we already have the buyers. From our first service, we have thousands and thousands, rather millions of investors who come to us. We show them they can buy these businesses. So it's very strategic. So we are the only company in the world which offers these very unique three services, which has demand in every home. This is very unique, right? We have services which are very unique, but it has a demand which is every single home has somebody who wants to start a business. Every third person who has a business wants to scale their business. I've never met a business owner who says, I don't want to scale my business. Everybody wants to scale a business, right? It might be a small Indian sweet shop who also wants to scale a business. Everybody has an aspiration to become the next Haldiram. They want to become a next big this and next big that. And we have great stories, right? We have seen businesses which came, a company which Sonia consulted was a company called Lenskart. It was a small startup and now a $6 billion company. How? They took the idea of optical, which was not a new idea. It's been running for hundreds of years, the optical shops. But they took this store and made a franchise business model. And because they're franchised, they were able to scale their business. And today they are a $6 billion company. So friends, this is a very exciting business model. But it's not for everyone. Not everyone can become a consultant because everybody doesn't have that kind of time, because it requires a lot of time. It also requires a lot of knowledge. It also requires a lot of persistence. It also requires continuous learning, not learning just from us, but learning peer to peer from companies we work with. Everybody is a teacher. When people join me and I tell them that, look, from today, you are the student of a business, and every single person you come across is going to teach you. This is real. A lot of MBAs, a lot of people who come from good schools, I say, whatever you learned, forget about it. This is a real business of school. This is school of business, where you come in and you learn from every entrepreneur, every business model. Every business model is unique. How a business of food runs is not same to how healthcare runs. How healthcare runs is not same as fashion runs. How fashion runs, it's not same as education runs. So every business model brings uniqueness, a depth of learning. And if you're committed to that, then only you're successful. So there are three things which are very important, very, very important if you really want to be a successful business consultant, and especially if you want to become a great franchise consultant. You need to be committed to networking. You should be a great networker. That's why Franchise India does every month about 20 shows, right? And some people sit in the corner, they don't interact with people, but some of my teams are brilliant. They go out and meet everybody. They add a lot of new contacts every week. And because they add a lot of contacts, they have more to offer. I call the law of probability. So if you're a great networker, you create bigger probability. So that's one thing you need to do. The second thing, you need to be committed to knowledge. There should be not even a single day where you go to bed and you say, I have not learned something new, right? And third thing, you have to have a strong persistence, huge persistence, because deal makers are the greatest people who have the greatest persistence. Sometimes deals take single day to close a deal. Sometimes they take 1 year. So if you are somebody who's working on a transaction and working on a deal, Sonia and I was discussing, I'll give you a small example. I'm going a little off the webinar. There's one of our IFC partners. She's a lady. She never came from business background. She was a professional, and she joined us. And she worked very hard. And last 3 months back, I don't know why, she picked up a particular brand and she said, I would like to work on this. And eventually, she cracked the deal. She cracked the deal, and it's one of the biggest deals we would announce to do that. And 3 months, I was personally worried because I was worried that she's just putting all in this deal. And tomorrow, if this deal doesn't come through, she will lose a complete quarter. And it can be very disappointing because you were just working on one thing and you were just focused on one thing. And last few weeks, I was seeing her frustration coming on the mails she was writing because she was reaching out to the one side to other side, and she was getting frustrated on sending communication because she was not getting it. So, but persistence works. Persistence works in this business. So our business model is very simple. Business model very simple. We have assets or brands. We have 1,000 plus. When the day you join in, the third day when you finish your training, the fourth day you have 1,000 brands represented by you. And our friends who joined from the global world, this is not limited to one market. These are global opportunities, Indian opportunities, as you obviously, and any domestic opportunity, which means that if you come from Middle East, you'll have opportunities from Middle East, and you'll have opportunities from Europe, US, Canada, Australia, everywhere. And these are exclusive mandated opportunities to us. So this you represent. This is a phenomenal amount of portfolio which you get. The second side is even more important. Because because when I started my career about 28 years back, I worked very hard to get these companies. I used to live in US. I collected about 30 companies who agreed, said, look, Gaurav, you go out and represent us. And here I represented these 30 companies. And then I asked myself, who am I going to approach? And I did what everybody does, what called friends, families, and you fail. So last so many years, we've invested so much money to get this right, the investor side right. So today we are proud that we have 10 million investors with us, and we are not tired. We are constantly increasing that. Like Sonia said, we are doing a show in Sri Lanka. This is the first show in Sri Lanka. Last 1 month, 1,600 people have applied to us that they want to be buying a franchise. And this would be who's who of Sri Lanka. Anybody, any industrial house, any person who has aspiration to start a business is already with us. Right? And this is true in the smallest of the cities in India. This is true in Qatar. This is true in Abu Dhabi. This is true in Saudi Arabia. This is true in Malaysia, Thailand. All these countries, we invest so much on this part, and we constantly invest that. I always say we are investor-centric, franchise-focused company. Everything we do is around investors, because if I have investors, I have no shortage of assets. These would come because they know we're like a bank. We're sitting on cash, because if you're sitting on cash, everybody wants to come to us, right? Biggest of the companies, we work with Reliance, we work with Tatas, we work with Kalyans, we work with, you name the company, all the multinationals we work with. Even rather, we've been given the most prestigious project by Google to start first Chrome stores. Like Apple Store, there will be Chrome stores. And we are the only company in the world which is doing that. So this, because we have the investor base, these assets keep coming. Now, good news for you is when you join an IFC, you get a great training. And once you're trained, you will get this complete training and portfolio. And the gentleman called Bharat is responsible consistently to train you. Every day he holds one brand training, every single day. Every single day you're trained on one brand. So you constantly build your portfolio, your knowledge base, and so on and so forth. And then we give you every month 50 fresh investors who are already qualified. These are not database, these are not junk. This is all qualified, called by our team. Then it reaches you, which means that they have already applied for a brand. They have already applied for a franchise. Now, good news is that if you have these two qualified banks sitting with you, you work as an advisor to bring them closer. So you set up meetings, meet them, understand where they're coming from, their financial strength, their capability to invest, the time they're looking for investment, and so on and so forth. And then you are a greatest deal maker to bring the deals together. So friends, this is a very interesting business. There are many products other than that also. As I said, we work with investors, we work with businesses. We also have products for helping businesses scale through franchise, and we also have a resale product. This all is covered in 3-day training. 3-day training is mandatory. We don't allow anybody to join our network if they are not trained. And it's extensive training. It is about 8 to 9 hours constant training, 3 days. So which means that 25 hours of constant training. Out of that, Sonia and I take 2 days. And then Sanjay, Bharat, and everybody else also contributes on the balance time. Because this is, to me, very important part. Because if you're trained well, you know our methodology, you will perform well. I have seen most of the cases, like last month, the gentleman who joined on the training is already active, is already making money. And this is not first time. Almost every batch we have done, 25% of batch gets active in the first or second month. They are able to just start making money, right? And because also they put time. The only thing which I don't allow is that anybody who doesn't have 100 hours to contribute should not join this network. It's not how smart you are, how much connections you. I don't need your connections. We know this business more than anybody else. We are the world's largest company in this space. What we need is your time. What we need is your constant learning. What we need is your persistence. So these are things which we require. And if you have that, then reach out to these gentlemen and they will understand where you're coming from, understand what is your strength areas, understand what is your aspiration. Because everybody has aspiration. You might be in job and you want to leave the job and start this. You want to make enough money to at least cover the cost of what you were making already, right? If you're a business owner, then you have different aspiration. If you're something else you're doing, so we need to understand your financial goals. What is your financial goal? How much you want to make monthly? And then we guide you through that, how your journey can happen and how you can really reach out to this. So friends, this is the invitation of world's most successful consulting platform and the largest franchise network in the world. But we are also equally conscious today that we have built a very strong, very powerful, very successful network. And I don't want anybody to join us who is not going to be as successful as others are. So I'll start a fun question and then I'll pass it on to Sanjay. But it's very important for me to understand who's on the webinar, because Sanjay was saying that it's one-sided. It's actually should not be one-sided. It should be both-sided, right? You should have an opportunity to ask us as many questions, and more you ask the questions, it's not just help you, but help the other people around which are also joined with you. So I'll start with first question. Maybe I'll ask 2 or 3 questions, and then we get into the discussion further. And the first question I will do is introduce yourself. What brings you here and your profile. So if you're a professional, just write P and where you coming from, city you coming from, right? So we will know which city we are open, which city we are not open, which city we are super excited to go there, which city we are overcrowded. So we have that idea. So write P if you're a professional. If you're a business owner, write B and your city or a business, because it's also very important. Sometimes people apply and they're running factories and they're running something else, and they all don't work, right? Because you're super busy in your factories, and just because you have contacts, you want to apply for it, you don't want to work with that. There's more you can do in your own business rather than joining with us. So it's B and your business. Then we write C, which means that you are in a career change. Now you're looking for a new career. You have done whatever you've done, and you now ready for. I like it because I feel that you're firing to go. You are somebody who wants next opportunity of life, and this is the easiest opportunity. It doesn't push you because it has a large investment, it has risk, it has working capital requirement, nothing of that sort. Which means that when you start, you have no recurring cost running in. So it's beautiful. It gives you peace of mind, and you can concentrate on building it well. And fourth, I like the most, is that you're a management consultant. Any kind of management consulting, consulting work you've done, advisory work, business coaching, or maybe learning and development, counseling, any kind of that work, you'll understand my language, you will understand it. They're different people, right? So, and I'll explain you why they're different people. And but 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, C for career change, and MC for management consultants. So let's see who's written. Some people shy writing. Some people are. Deepak Gupta says, my voice is low. Is it? You
No,
It's
it's fine.
okay, sir, now. It's okay now.
It's okay. Okay, earlier it had problem. Okay. Sunitha is Chennai. Sunitha, welcome. You should get in touch with Sakti Vel, our senior leader. He is the boss of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and he's also supported by a young man called Kapil Dev. And
Sheena.
And Sheena is in Kerala, but Chennai, I think Kapil can lead. Then we have Mahika Suri. She is business owner. Tell about your business, which city you're coming from. And then we have Mr. Srinivas from Hyderabad. Vamsi is in Hyderabad. Mr. Srinivas, you can talk to him. Then we have Srinivasa, who's from Bangalore. We have senior leader called Sajid. Sajid actually leads both markets. He leads both Karnataka and Telugu states. And Vamsi works with Sajid. And then we have Rakesh. So Rakesh, you will understand where I'm coming from. You're already a management consultant. You know, what we have is only time. And if somebody says, look, I have everything and I don't have time, you can never be a consultant. Because the only thing I teach people is how to maximize your time and how to get more value for your time. This is the only thing consultants should do, right? The only two things. Think about how you maximize your time. So people who know me well, they know I work all Sundays, right? Because I need to maximize my time. And second, I also try to get more value for what my time is. And as I'm getting a little aged, I'm getting even more valued on the time, right? So it's very, very important. Then we have Srinivas is a C. Then we have Satish. He's also a C. Satish, write your city. Deepak, it's fine. That's good, Deepak. So then we have Mahika is from Surat. Surat is a great city. I'm very, very keen on Surat because we have a big team in Ahmedabad. We have team in, I think we have only one IFC partner who's doing extremely well in Surat. He's the one who did last month, and he's a rock star. If you don't pick his phone, he'll call you 5 times. But I like it. I like it because he chases you, right? He wants to get it done. I like these kind of people. So then we have another person, Puvnan, which is from Chennai, and Satish is from Nizamabad. Good to meet you, Satish. And then we have Pawan Kumar, Hyderabad. Pawan, you should get in touch with Vamsi, and Maika is in sales and maintenance. And then we have Sasi Kumar, who's in Coimbatore, and he's looking for a career change. Very good time. In life, when you have a break, that is the time big things happen. Sometimes otherwise, life goes on and on and on. Sometimes you get a break. You should tell yourself it's a blessing because you can make right decisions. You can step back and say, what is my priorities in life? Then we have Paul, who's from Tamil Nadu. Then we have Lingamurthy, who's saying chat is dispatchable. You can write here. This is available. Eman is from Egypt. This is a country I want to really go. Egypt and Kenya are my two priorities because I feel I've visited these markets many times. I know these markets are extremely good for franchising. It's like India. You don't create jobs. You don't create that thing. People have aspiration. They want to make money. A lot of people want to return back to their home countries. A new infra has been built. A lot of international brands want to enter there. It's a phenomenal opportunity, and nobody there. We can take over the market completely by events, by conferences, by shows, and many other things to do this piece and bring a lot of global companies to those markets. I love to talk to you. And Sajid is a guy who works with us on international also. Then Jatinder Jain is there, and then Sujoy Datta is in finance, BFSI, and Sujoy is in Kolkata. Sujoy, you can talk to Sumendo in our Calcutta office. And then we have Ram Gopal from Shimoga. Welcome, all of you. Welcome, and thank you for sharing your information about you. So I'll tell you, maybe a question which is a little different. Why do you want to become a consultant? And it's not important for everybody to answer, but anyone who feels that why you chose to join this webinar and become a consultant, anybody wants to answer, I will love to hear from that, especially people who have some kind of a consulting experience or things like that. Because and by the time you all write, I'll explain you there are 3 types of in return on what I call the return ROIs. We use this word return on investment, but the short form of that is ROI. And it's very mistaken, right? So it's very so to say abused a word, because people don't understand the meaning of ROI. To me, there are always in every business three ROIs, every business. And the first is return on capital, return on investment. So which means you put investment and it works for you. You sweat out the money and money works for you and give you return, right? And this is very unique that all of us on the screen, which you see, got same money. We invested at the same time in the same opportunity. Would our results be same? Answer is no. All of us would have different results, which means this alone is not important. The other two ROIs are important. The other two ROIs are return on intelligence. Maybe one person out of us is more intelligent, right? And brings more value to the business outside money, right? Would get more from that money, right? And the third, which to me is also very important, is return on involvement, how involved you are. So in our business model, in the consulting business model, the first don't matter. And when Sanjay is going to tell you with investment, you will say, oh, this doesn't matter. This will not even affect your life. It will not even bother you. The other two are very important. What you bring, return on intelligence and return on involvement. So this is why people join consulting businesses, because consulting businesses are investment light, but high on commitment on time and very high on commitment on building intelligence. And intelligence is a constant process. Right? I've always been fan of people who build businesses through intelligence rather than capital. Right? So that's why I'm more fan, while Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is not more in with us. But I was a big fan of him because I used to feel that he built business from nothing. Warren Buffett built from intelligence. These people now might have huge wealth, but this foundation for them was always intelligence. They built on things they knew more than others. And that's why they were able to perform better than many other people. And now people have aspiration, they read about them, they listen to them, and so on and so forth, because these are people who came with a background of return on intelligence. Yes, Sairaj, you can obviously, you have to be very particular because now you're retired and you don't want to take too much of risk. If you want to buy a franchise, you should be conscious about where you can strategically contribute. Our teams can guide you, we can help you, and then I'll take. Yeah, it's very good. Rakesh has said to be small yet very impactful part of a business and founder's life as they grow as a growth partner. Very interesting. I'm doing consulting and project deliveries during my previous IT career of 25 years. Fabulous, fabulous, Mr. Lingamurthy. You are bang on. I like these kind of people because they have return on R kind of a mindset, not return on capital kind of mindset. So you will get my position. So if you put your man hours and your man hours create more value, that kind of people do well with us because they know how to maximize their man hours. They respect people's time and they respect their own time and never work for free. Uh, Consultant, it's a exciting guide to conduct business owners to right decisions, building trust and confidence. Absolutely. This is exactly what we say is we take you through a discovery journey where you can discover the right opportunity for you. You know, a consultant's job is exactly that. This consultant is somebody who's a guide to that discovery tour where you can make an important decision of your life. Decision normally is done by the client himself, but somebody who takes you the very structured tour to make you confident enough to make that important decision of your life. That's exactly what we do. Since I am not vertified into business, but have experience on corporate industry, I wish to build it on. Absolutely, Mr. Ampal, your experience, your background is never going to go away. Rather, all the intelligence you build over the years are appreciating. That's why consulting businesses appreciate. Rest all businesses depreciate. Anything you do would depreciate. You open up a Nike showroom, 5 years down the line, you have to do full renovation again. But if you 5 years, you're a consultant, you are so many times more smarter, right? You have much more parked with you then a lot of people would have, and they would appreciate that. Then our friend from Libya has also joined. Good market. Sajid would be in touch with you. And then we have Mr. Pavan Kumar, sales in a large group, Tata Group, and I want to change career and franchising and use networking skills across India. Very interesting. You obviously are a senior member, and when you work in corporates of that nature and you worked at senior positions, you are exposed to much important decision making and those analytic decision making, which is very complex. And when I've worked with Tatas for many years as a consultant, these companies are extremely analytic. Every decision calls for a lot of checks and balances and so on and so on, and then they were able to come out and take decisions, especially Tatas, because it's not really family kind of a structure. Obviously, there's Bombay House who controls, but there is a lot of liberty for senior guys to take very important decisions. But they have created a culture of doing a huge analytic to make that decision. And that's exactly consultants do. They ask more questions than they answer. Because you ask more questions and you are asking people the right things, you're able to bring them closer to where they can decide what is right for them. And that's funny, right? People give you money not to answer things which they don't know. They give you money because you're asking more questions. It's very funny. This is how consulting is all about, because you bring them to a point which they're not really reaching, right? And when they become self-confident, then they go out and do it. And they give you all their life credit because it happened because of you. But you really just asked the right questions. And that's what consulting is all about. Okay, great. So I think, again, I'm running out of time. You can already see that this is something which I do for living. And then Mr. Lingamurthy is exploring for options. Very good. It's very important. You have a big career behind you, and you should take the decision with a very structured way. And Mr. Sasikumar has worked with multinational project evaluation tasks. Again, very closer to what we do. And Mr. Sanjay Mishra is a professional, comes from, again, a large company. And Mr. Paul wants to shift off a business model, and he wants from something which is much larger. He wants to shift to this entire thing. It's very important decision for all of you. Look, I'm ending my session, and before I pass it on to Sanjay, it's very important for you to do that. I always say, connect 4 dots before you make any decision to start your own business or any business you choose. And this is not for becoming an IFC. You can do anything on that. First dot is the industry. Is this industry looks promising? And the timing to get into the industry is right. This I can 100% tell you, you cannot go wrong in franchising. Franchising is a $5 trillion industry. If it were in country, it would be third country of the fourth country of the world, right? So it's a very large industry, and it is continue to grow in developing markets because we are under penetrated by brands. In US, people have gardeners coming from franchise, maids coming from franchise, right? We are still in the going to the Levi's and the Marriott hotels and likes of them. It's still very brick and mortar. What would happen that everything you consume, every dollar you consume, every rupee you consume is going to go into franchise. It's very big. So industry wise, I have no problem. Second, you need to verify with us that what experience we hold, because you're partnering with a brand. Which brand you're partnering? Why this brand? What are they going to provide? What support they're going to give? A lot of these questions would be there, and you need to satisfy yourself. Third, which is very important, is your financial goal. Is becoming an IFC completes your financial goal or no? Forget about how much money you invest and how you get that. You will get out in 1 month. That's fine. But is it satisfying your financial goal? And if this answer is also very yes and right, then go to fourth. It means your micro market and your situation in life. Do you have a situation where you can put 100 hours? Where are you based? Can you think that this base market is very good for you? So if you get these 4 dots connected and you find all 4 right, then only answer is right. Right. So speak to our team, talk to them, understand where they're coming from, and ask them hard questions. And if they find also you are suitable, then they would organize call with me or Sonia or Sanjay, and you and us, we are able to make the right decision, then only we should take the steps further. So thank you very much, friends. Hope I was able to give you some insights. You were very interactive. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your contribution in the webinar, because that's very important. Sometimes I have webinars where nobody really interacts, nobody shares. Now I'll pass it on to Sanjay. He'll run a short presentation, maybe 5-10 minutes, give you a little overview, and then our teams would be in touch with you, and you can also get in touch with us. And if you want to write to me, I'll write my email ID. How do I write? It's gm@gauravmarya.com. And if you want to see some of my videos, it's all on gauravmarya.com. And I've made thousands of videos which are on different subjects of franchising and things like that. It'll also give you a little overview about how the industry is, how franchising works, how you scale companies, and so on and so forth. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your insightful thoughts. And friends, thank you so much for being there for last 1 hour. We'll take only 5-10 minutes only, and we'll give you some understanding about further on franchise model. So first is saying franchising. We discuss about franchising. It's a $5.8 trillion industry today. Everything we consume is coming from franchising. And sector-wise also, every sector is now evolving. Tech-based companies are coming into franchising. Healthcare, financial services, all are there. In financial services, you might have heard about, you know, we have Kotak Mahindra, ICICI Securities, and Motilal Oswal kind of companies also we have consulted. We have got them into franchise and developed their network. And now there are India Infoline, kind of all other companies also who are into similar business. And all are just getting into franchising and entering into new markets. Then there's a pet care. Pet care is also now evolving category. So a lot of people who love pets, and they also need to have some clinic around. And there are some brands who have created this as a business model, and they are also looking forward to expand in different cities. And also we have in hotels, and we also have some clinics, hospital chains, and also we have in auto, we have two-wheelers in EV segment, which is now booming. EV segment is coming into everything into franchising. And along with that, we also have a charging station, which is this only a very, very small business opportunity, low cost opportunity, but you have charging station franchise as well over there. And then rest of the services are also now getting the franchise, whether it's a product based, the service based, and some are available at your doorstep. So we have some elderly healthcare services which are 100% available at your door, and which we call it direct to home. Direct to home. So anything we consume, anything we use, whether it's a pathology lab for blood testing or you're using a courier service, all are franchise. So what we say is overall the whole system is coming from the franchise companies. And what we offer, we are going to offer you after you are on board. We offer you tablet. T stands for technology. We'll give you CRM. Franchise India will have a CRM for you, and we'll also give you Franchise India domain email ID, which you will be using. And we also give you A would mean access to our infrastructure. Suppose if you are in the city where we have office, you can use our full-time office. And for all your meetings also you can use. B stands for brands, as we discussed. We have very, very huge brand portfolio. The day you join, we are giving you 500 to 600 brand portfolio brands list in the same day. But we will also create your brand portfolio according to the right fitment, which is fitted for your market, and also what you like. What you like, you're coming from some category, you are a specialist in some category. Maybe it can be education, it can be travel, it can be fashion, or it can be food, it can be jewelry. Anything you are specialist in, you want to work in specifically in a category, we are absolutely okay. We'll give you all brands in that category which you want to drive. Lead support is enough leads. We are getting around 35,000 leads every week, and these all leads are available for our partners, but minimum 50 leads are guaranteed. 50 leads every month we are giving you, which are investor leads who are looking to start a business. And then we have digital webinar to digitally we do a franchise show, which is just now going to start, which is at 7 p.m. in the evening. We call it as Bharat Franchise Show, which is a digitally we are offering franchise opportunities for say around 5-7 companies every day. And then we also have face-to-face interactions where we have physical events also, where we invite investors, we invite brands, and all our IFC partners are having full access, not only in your city, across cities. Across cities, you want to travel anywhere in the country, you can do that. And also there is an opportunity when you drive any brand is also having that participate in that event, and they will also want you to come along, and they will sponsor you. They will sponsor you, you don't have any investment. Events, as I said, we do events every month, from 15 to 20 events every month. And then we have international events also, which are all accessible to our partners without any cost. You have to know you don't have to any investment in this. And 3 days, T stands for training, as we discussed. Every day, every month, there's a training for even a brand, but there's a 3 days face-to-face training for you to understand the methodology of this business, to understand the brand, to understand franchising the journey, and also overall franchising ecosystem. We are 3 days organize this training in our office, in corporate office, which is now coming up. We just finished 22nd to 24th of March, and next training will be 19th of April, 20th of April, and 21st of April, 3 days. And any partner who's going to join us from this webinar or otherwise also, because we have a lot of people interacting with us, reaching us, and then we shortlist. If it is a right match, we take you on board. And after doing these formalities and the documentation and all, we invite you for this training. So from pickup to drop, everything is going to be done by Franchise India. So what's our proposed structure for an IFC partner, which we have created an ecosystem? Because we feel that every investor you are also investors, and you are looking forward some opportunity. It can be this opportunity, it can be any other opportunity, but we feel that every investor is unique. What we have understood in this business is that every investor is putting, as per his capability, the time, efforts, and intelligence as well. So every investor is unique. So would mean that there has to be some growth ladder for all of you to grow from one place to another, one stage to another. And when you join Franchise India, you will be at IFC entry point. And after that, once you are hitting 15 lakh rupees revenue, which can be one lead, one deal also in 1 month, also 1 day also, you will hit IFC Elite membership. And then you will go to IFC Pro membership if you're hitting 50 lakh rupees or 30 deals in between. It can be for over the period of 1 year. Then you can also grow to the next level, which is Master, when you hit 1 CR revenue in 1 year. And this is how the success ladder has been created. But every stage, what you're going to get, how you're going to change your payout structure. The payout structure has been designed in a way that when you join, straightforward, you will get 40% sharing with the business which we do. So 40% shareholder, you become first time. And after that, when you become elite member, you get 50%. Partnership, we get 50%. And at Pro, now it is reverse of what you have joined at. Means you are 60%, we are 40%. And at Master, you become 70%, we become 30% shareholder in this. Now you also see we have some revenue products, which are 3 here and 1 here, which is 2 plus 2, 4. 2 plus 2 would mean that, as we discussed, very simple, that we have 2 communities which we work. One is investor, I stands for investor, B stands for brands. So if you'll see in this, I and B is a common. So I stands for investor, B stands for brand. What we do, we work with these both communities, and I'll simplify. When we work with these communities, investor and brand both together, so we onboard both. There's a fee structuring which we have already fixed from investor side also, from brand side also. So we onboard both. What we do after that, we service both. So we first take investor acquisition, which is investor registration, would mean investor onboarding. At BD is business development, brand onboarding. Then we service both. That will be investor servicing, brand servicing. So for all these 4 products, we have some charges to it. We have some fee structuring to it. So if I can give you understanding from the investor side of it, which starts from as low as 30,000 rupees. This 30,000 rupees is going to become your investor acquisition, means investor onboarding, investor registration fees. if any investor is looking forward for an investment of up to 20 lakh. If it is only up to 20 lakh, we will charge you 30,000 rupees as investor onboarding fees. Then only we start servicing, because we also should ensure that you are serious and we can work with you. Then we will evaluate other opportunities, multiple opportunities as per your requirement. And once we get the deal done, once you like the brand, once you have completely understood and we have given you all the things, all the parameters, right from information to evaluation to negotiation to deal structuring, documentation, everything. Now, when you have understood and you're satisfied as an investor, when you put money into that brand, would mean that you will close the deal. You can put some token amount, you can sign the LOI, would mean that we have serviced that investor. And on the other side, any brand which you signed would mean we have serviced the brand. So when we service both, we charge them both. So would mean we charge a servicing fees from the investor, which in this case, when we have taken 30,000, we will charge 1 lakh rupees as the investor's acquisition fees, which is investor service fees, and brand service fees, which we have signed a brand and deal done. Now there will be different brands having different brand service fees, which starts from 1.5 lakh to goes up to 2, 3, 5 lakh and 10 lakh. And then there are some bigger deals also, wherein we have got up to 40, 50 lakh rupees also, which is brand service fees. So in these three products, investor onboarding fees, investor service fees, and brand service fees, you have 40% sharing. And when we do brands onboarding, which is business development, you have 20%. And this 20 will remain in all four cases. In these three products, all four cases, it will increase 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and then 70 as well. Only reason is, in this brand onboarding, our partner is giving us only reference. So you throw a reference to us, you come to know through any marketing platform, to social media, to you're going to market, you can see some brand, you can talk to them, they are ready to franchise. And if you are just getting that right lead, you prospect that well, that yes, they are looking forward for franchising, then we come in between, we will organize a meeting, we'll do complete presentation. After that, we'll send the proposals, and we will also help you to close the deal and getting brand onboarded. In this case, we have 8.5 lakh rupees. 8.5 lakh rupees is the base amount for brands on board. So we work with startups. We also have mid-segment and large corporates as well. So our fees is also starting with 8.5 plus, then we have, here's the GST plus, and then we have 17.5, and then we have 40 lakh rupees, and we also have 75 lakh rupees onboarding fees, wherein you get 20% for sharing that lead with us, organizing that meeting, and we do everything for you. And once we onboard, then there's a lot of services, getting them ready, consult them, and get their documentation ready, their agreements ready, their financials ready, their strategy ready. That's our consulting team, which we discussed, Francop, they get it done. After that, we do marketing, we generate leads, and these leads will be again passed on to all our IFC partners location-wise. And someone who have onboarded a brand can also decide if you want to drive all these leads all together, we can do that. You want to work all markets as per the expansion plans, we can do that. Rather than any other brand which is there in the system, if any our partner, if any our IFC partner would want to drive that brand across cities, we can help you with the right leads of all those locations, because we have no territory barrier in this. There's no restriction wherein we can take you and ask you not to go for any other. And travel for events also you can do, and you can go to all events across and you can travel. So these are all four products which we have. But as I said, we discuss about onboarding IFC partner as well, because onboarding is wherein you need to have our license. So when you become a registered member, licensed IFC partner, then you get everything in control. And then what you also get from our side, brands, leads, training, events, and also you get a lot of incentives. So this is one revenue model for you. Second is, there is a cash incentive also for my partners. that would coming from the brand also, that was coming from the franchise India also time to time. In some brands, if you do a deal, you will also get 4 lakh to 5 lakh also cash incentives, which is direct, right? And after that, there is also the contest which we launch every quarter. There are 4 international contests which we launch for our partners, wherein you be involved, we help you to qualify, we help you to completely get this qualification and criteria we meet, and we help you to get this business done. That's how originally we have created an ecosystem wherein we have a target to make you part of that contest, and we help all through. So would mean that your involvement is must. If you are involved, we are super active with you. And as we said, there is some kind of an understanding wherein onboarding fee or a license that is only 6 lakh plus GST one time. There's a 3 lakh rupee, 3 years of agreement with every partner. So this fees is valid for Indian markets. For international markets, we have a different fee structuring as per the country to country that Sajid will discuss with all of you. So in 3 years, you have no investment. And then we become committed to help you all 3 years, giving you leads, giving you brands, giving you training, and also all the events are also available for you. Coming show, which is there in Delhi, which is in May 17 and 18, is going to be world's largest franchise event. It's in Yashobhoomi in Delhi, wherein around 700 brands would be across country, and 45,000 investors would be visiting that show across country. And we also have 3,000 rupees as an entry fee in this from the investor side. So it is not free to come. It's not free to visit. It's very, very serious show. Now in this, we'll be having all across our partners to whom we invite, and coming to Delhi from pickup to drop, your accommodation, everything would be done by our side. The second biggest event is in Mumbai. That's happening in Geo World. That will be also wherein we do arrangements. Other events are also open for you to travel on your own, but brands are also helping you to sponsor your travel, to give you stay and every sport in terms of when you are driving that brand. So this is how from our side, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining this webinar. As in this webinar, as we discussed, that this is how we take it up further, and now we will get in touch with you and make you understand how this works, and if you have any question, you can also ask us. So before I sign off for today, I'll invite Sajid to put the last remarks to thanks everyone who have joined us in this webinar today. Over to you, Sajid.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhatt. Thank you for that wonderful presentation, and I think you have put that rightly. So now we'll have our respective leaders from each of the region connect with the candidates, or I would say in this case, the participants, who that we think is going to be the right fit for aligning with Franchise India. So we definitely will connect with each of you, and look forward to connecting with the ones who make it to the next bit of it. So thanks again. Back
Thank
to you.
Thank you, Sajid, and all leaders. Thank you very much, and thank you all the